Hi, I'm Jennifer Evans-Cario, President of SugarSpun Marketing, author of Pinterest Marketing, An Hour a Day, and the Social Media Faculty Chair at MarketMotive. Thanks for joining me for Part 4 in the wrap-up in our series on Facebook marketing. One of the biggest problems with social media from the perspective of the user is that there are so many different sites out there that it's absolutely ridiculous. No one can stay on top of all of them. Managing your login at multiple locations and even figuring out how they all work together is darn near impossible. One of the more brilliant moves that Facebook has had in its history is the idea of Facebook Connect. Basically, what Facebook Connect lets you do is use Facebook's API and the knowledge that the greatest majority of human beings that are online are using Facebook, and it allows them to use their Facebook login as their login for whatever website, interface, or program you set up. So whereas before people would go to Facebook, go to a brand page, then potentially come back around to Facebook to do the sharing, it allows people to go directly to a brand or directly to a resource or a website, and while on that website interact with their Facebook account. So it basically cuts a step out of the equation, which makes it far more likely that as people engage with their brand, that engagement, that interaction will actually show up on Facebook, publish to their streams, and reach their friends and family. Now, the basic way of how it works is fairly simple. You're integrating Facebook's like button or a variety of other Facebook options right into the content on your website. So for example here, we have a story from Mashable, and at the top it says, "Do you like this story?" And if you click that like button, it's going to pop up a little option that you can either just go with, "Hey, I liked this," or you can actually add some content to the mix, give it your own description, and post it to your Facebook page. And when you push that post to Facebook button, it's going to show up there right in your Facebook stream. It's going to publish out for everyone that you're connected with. And again, from that base website that the user was choosing to interact with, they can very quickly and easily publish things out to their Facebook feed and get it into the news stream. The reality is there's quite a few social plugin options using Facebook Connect. A couple of the more popular ones. The like button. You'll see this popping up all over the web. You'll see it on e-commerce sites, on content sites, pretty much everywhere. It's that ubiquitous little Facebook like button that people click, and as soon as they click it, it broadcasts out to their network, "Hey, this is content that these people actually like." There's also the send button or the share button. Depending on how long ago it's been implemented, it can actually pop up either way. This one you'll see oftentimes showing up alongside content or videos, sometimes on e-commerce sites, but usually it's content and video focused. And this basically lets you take the content that you see and send it to Facebook, send it to a group, send it to someone that you're connected with, but basically not just share it to your wall, but actually send it through to specific people that you're connected with on Facebook. There's also a comments plugin that basically allows anyone that has a blog or, again, even an e-commerce site to integrate comments from Facebook right there into their page. So you can be reading someone's blog post, and at the end of the blog post, you're going to see that add a comment button, and it's going to show you logged into your Facebook account, because your Facebook account will basically follow you all over the web unless you have your cookies turned off. So this gives you the opportunity to have those comments taking place on your site, but to also have it publishing back to Facebook, because as that happens, say when Katie Oskin makes a post using her Facebook commenting, it then publishes out, and her friend Rita McCartan is going to see it on Facebook and can click into the website, read the post, and then once again leave a comment that can turn around and publish out to somebody else. There's also the idea of the Facebook activity feed. This basically shows up on your content site. It lets a person who comes to your site see which of the people they're connected with have liked this page, and sometimes it will even show the people that they're connected with that have liked a specific page, shared a specific page, commented on a page, basically lets you see which friends have been active on a site and what they're doing. And then finally, the idea of the registration integration, and this is what we talked about a couple slides ago. The idea that you can use your Facebook login to connect to a new website and to basically run your profile on that site. So Pinterest, one of the many, many examples of companies that will just let you sign in with your Facebook account without creating any new registration information. Once you connect with some of these sites using your Facebook account, the great thing about it is you then have access to your friends from within Facebook. So example, if you're on a site like Pinterest and you're looking to connect with more friends on the site, it's a great way to go through and say, well, which of my Facebook friends are also on Pinterest so I can come through and follow them, or which of my Facebook friends are also on Instagram or on Twitter so that I can connect with them and follow them. Now, the developers page at Facebook does keep a running tab of all of the social plugins that are available, gives you a great walkthrough of what they are, how they work, and will also help you generate the code that you need to plug into your web page in order to integrate these different options. So you can reach that at developers.facebook.com/docs/plugins. Now the possibilities using Facebook Connect are pretty extensive. Think from the social gaming platform. Think how big social gaming is on Facebook or on mobile apps. The fact that you can connect it to a user's Facebook account and publish updates to their games. They've reached such and such level, or they just scored how many points in Words with Friends. All of it gives you the opportunity to tie interactivity with your brand into the Facebook page of the person that you're dealing with, so that again you get some of that social sharing, promotion, and marketing effort. Also the ability to have some friend integration, pulling in the profile, the pictures, the contact information. So think of the example I showed from Pinterest, where you can actually go in and see which of your friends are also using Pinterest so that you're able to connect with them. Voting systems can come into play here. Basically you can bring people in for polls that say, hey, come and share your opinion on this, vote on this idea or this concept, and have it connect back to their Facebook account so that they can then encourage their friends and family to come in and vote, or have their say on a specific topic. And then the same thing with forums. It gives people the opportunity to connect with their Facebook friends because they may not have realized that people they were friends with on Facebook were also present on this forum or this website or in this discussion area. So having that tie-in helps people see those social connections taking place all over the web and really maximize the ability to interact with the people that they care about. Now, another aspect of Facebook that needs to be considered is the idea of check-ins. A few years back, check-ins were starting to run really well on things like Gowalla and Foursquare, but as Facebook introduced Facebook Places and started encouraging people to check in as part of their status updates, we definitely saw some changes in that. 1 in 5 smartphone users checks in each month using some type of location-based service. Facebook continues to steal market share from Foursquare and Gowalla because, again, there's no need to go use another service if you're already using Facebook regularly anyways. Now, the demographics on smartphone sharing and the social check-ins, that tends to be people who are in the younger age group. So between 25 and 34, mostly full-time workers, people who are out of college, professionally and gainfully employed. These are the people that tend to utilize that activity the most. So if you have a brick and mortar store, if you are doing some type of event, if this is your target market, you want to make sure that you're doing something to help motivate those check-ins, motivate that sharing so that it will broadcast out to the rest of their network. Of course, in order to check into a place, you actually have to have a place listing on Facebook. Now, for the most part, Facebook will actually go through sort of the yellow page listings, or the Google Places listing, and they'll pull business names and addresses and phone numbers and general basic information. And they'll do their best based on geolocation to actually pop that up as an option for people when they check in. What will work much better for you is if you actually take that Places listing and you combine it with the Facebook page for your brick and mortar business. So if you go and you run a search for your company name, and you see if you can locate it. If it is still showing up with just the generalized little location dot and it's not your Facebook business page, then you need to look over in the edit area for the option to claim it. Do you know the owner? Is this your business? Create a page. This gives you the chance to take that existing listing and either turn it into a full-fledged page or merge it with the existing page that you have. So if you check that whole "is this your business," they're going to basically take you through a verification process. It's going to require phone or document verification just to prove you are who you say you are. And then they'll give you the ability to merge it in with the official Facebook page that you've created for this business. So that way when people check in and their friends see it, if they happen to click on, say, the Carlton Motel, it will actually take them to the Facebook page for the Carlton Motel rather than just the standard listing. Now, this can also work really well for events, because if you're promoting events, you're setting them up on Facebook, you're inviting people in to RSVP for them. If they have RSVP'd for an event, they can also then check into that event when they actually show up at it, because it will have the address, the location, everything will be tied back in. So it's a great way to encourage your followers to connect with you. You know, a lot of e-commerce companies and a lot of brick and mortar stores are using it for special events or for, you know, previews of new items and clothing that are coming out, but they're even also using it just for sales to say, hey, here's this big sale that we have going on. Here's what we're going to have for offer. You can discuss what your strategy is for coming in and shopping. You can post pictures about what's going to be going on. It's basically just another way to get the buzz and the conversation going on Facebook about what's going on in your store. Now, when it comes to Facebook, a lot of companies have a hard time trying to figure out, okay, how do we get rolling? You know, what's our priority need to be? Do we just get in and start posting? Do we need to spend a bunch of time observing? How does this work? So a good rule of thumb is when you start, you got to build a page, because if you don't have a page, nobody's going to show up, nobody has a way to connect with you. So even if you don't put a ton of content on it yet, get some type of basic level presence up and running, look at what your cover photo is, look at what your content's going to be, and then start to create a content plan. You know, figure out what do you want to put out there? What do you think is going to be a good fit for your target market? That's when you want to start soliciting followers. So you may decide to do that through some advertising and some paid and sponsored posts. You may decide to do it via some of your other channels, maybe your blog or your Twitter feed, or maybe you want to put flyers in the bag of every person who comes in and shops at your store. But basically you have to start soliciting some followers. Then you want to start offering content to those followers, and you want to start looking at which pieces of content they're interacting with. You know, how is your edge rank doing? How much exposure and how much virality are you getting from the content you're putting out there? And then interact with them. You know, don't just put up the content, let them respond and do nothing. If people are responding to you, respond back and engage them in conversation. Thank you so much for joining me for this series on Facebook marketing.
Hey, want to become an expert in digital marketing? Then subscribe to the Simplilearn channel and click here to watch more such videos. To nerd up and get certified in digital marketing, click here.